Well, that there is the, here, we can do this. Look. Hi, Mom. That there is the landscape plan that I drew. I wish I put a date on it because I drew this thing at least like 4 years ago. There it is right there. And if you ever hired me to do a landscape plan, no, I used to do computers and all that stuff. No, not anymore. Hopefully you have a to scale drawing showing your property boundaries in your house and whatever items you want to keep on your property, like a patio or whatever, tree, swimming pool. And then I come in there with my pencil and I go hog wild. And it only takes me about 2 hours to like literally master plan a whole entire landscape. You do something long enough and ultimately you get good at it, even if you were terrible at it to begin with. Not saying that I was, but you know, it's all perspective. Anyway, so this plan here is, we'll show it to you here, is the nursery demonstration garden plan. This building here used to be an old decrepit liquor store. It was terrible. And it didn't attract the best people. And they wouldn't leave. They'd park in the parking lot out here. There's a metal recycling plant across the street. Somebody wanted me to do a nursery tour, so I'm going to do we'll do a kind of a nursery tour. It's too big. We'll do it in segments. That's a metal recycling plant over there. And these dudes, before I put this fence up, they would come down here with all this stolen metal, presumably stolen, or scavenged or whatever, you know. They're doing a good job. They're cleaning it up. But the problem is they'd bring it down here, and then they would proceed to use this parking lot as a dismantling yard to take off the tires, take out the oil of the trucks, and then they would dump the oil literally down into the drains. They would take the tires and they would line the street with the tires, thereby making them the responsibility of the city. It was amazing. And my nursery was in the back there. And you had to go around the corner to get to my nursery. A lot of people remember that who've been here a long time ago. So my goal in life was to buy the liquor store someday. Luckily, there was a Great Recession. And the only reason the liquor store was in existence is because all the guys who would recycle all the metal, the metal place, they didn't give you any checks or money or anything. And then, so they would give you they'd give you a check. But then these guys would have to come cash it. So they come over here to the liquor store and they would cash their checks here. So basically, the guy who sold me the liquor store was like, hey, you got to keep the check cashing going because you make like $350 a day, man, $350 just on check cashing. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sell plants. Anyway, so that's the story of the liquor store. I bought it and finally got my hands on it after we finally came to some reasonable agreement on the price. I stuccoed it all San Miguel de Allende style with the Latin theme here. This is a color called chipotle paste. It's a really beautiful stucco color. It's an integral color, and I really love it. You can see how beautiful the plants play off that color, okay? We still have to fill these planters out front. All the concrete is Baja Red. I went through every detail. I spent a lot of extra money that probably people don't appreciate except me. But I can't live unless I do it the best way possible. So anyway, and I'll encourage you to do the same. But anyway, so there's the building, the liquor store. Right now it's empty, and we're gonna encourage a brewery or a taqueria or whatever to move in. We used to have a taco truck over there, but unfortunately the gentleman that owned that truck, his parents got very sick in Mexico, and he had to sell the truck and move to Mexico and take care of them, which is very sad. But anyway, we're gonna figure out who wants to rent the building first before we get another taco truck. Maybe we'll get another taco truck. Taco truck was great. So back to the design here and everything. I redid the parking lot. I put up the fence. I got all these pots salvaged from a job and set them all out. I'm a total scavenger. And here's our beautiful parking lot now. Let's go back to look at the demonstration garden. So Here's my new entrance. It's super fantastic. I think this is locked. Yeah. Anyway, there's the inside. If you want someone to, it's like 3,000 square feet. And they have all these tables I set up out here for a restaurant. This is going to be the coolest place on earth when I'm done with it. I'm not kidding. I really am not kidding. Anyway, so I just gave you the tour. We were out front. We walked in, looked in the window. Now we are standing approximately right here. My beautiful office is right here. I'll give you a quick little tour of that. Really beautiful. It's actually a little bit not clean right now. Those are Chilean line pumps. This is art that my daughter did. That's from when we visited Chile. She painted that. It's incredible. This is my daughter right here. She is swimming underneath an elephant who's also swimming. That's how creative she is. You can't tell what that is until you stand back and be like, oh, I get it. And then there is her beautiful Monstera photo over there. Who would think to make Monstera orange? My wife did the beautiful Washingtonias looking through a window during a rainstorm is what I call that. I'm not sure if that was her intent. But anyway, I got the big screen up here. This is great. Sometimes I sleep here when I'm doing jobs or I get in late and I have to get up early. And here's my beautiful view, which is going to be more beautiful when I finish that whole demonstration garden out there. So that's the office. I'll show you where I shower. In those big green pots that I salvaged were a whole bunch of rhapis palms, and I saved these. All the pots and the plants were going to go to the dump. And then I brought them here, planted all the plants, and I made myself a beautiful tropical curtain so that you can only get just minor glimpse of my ugly naked body while I shower. These stepping stones that are slowly falling apart, these are from the Winchester Mystery House. Sarah Winchester in San Jose planted these a long, long time ago, and they finally got so old they were dying of old age. And I've been using the trunks for lots of different things, including stepping stones, but as you can see, I probably need to replace those after 4 years. Here's a nice little bench where I take my shoes off and get naked so I can shower right here. Look at this. This is the coolest thing ever. Whoa, that's the wrong one. We got to switch that over to here, and then we turn this on. And there's my shower. This is the greatest thing ever. I don't know why people have showers on the inside of your house. Even in rainstorms, I take showers out here. We have a shower in the indoor bathroom, but I don't ever use it. I just come out here. Doesn't matter how cold or rainy or stormy it is. I love coming out here in this beautiful enclave of tropical greenery and taking my shower. So there you go. If you really insist, you can take a shower here too. If maybe I'll require that you buy a few plants first. When my other daughter made this incredible mosaic back here, and these things here are tree grates. I installed some palms like 15-20 years ago at a commercial project. They got so big and happy that they started encroaching on the grates. So we had to enlarge the grates. I had to take the grates up, get them laser cut, and these are the pieces that we cut off. And my daughter was so creative that she said, I'm gonna make a palm out of that. So, but it's beautiful. You come back here and see this incredible mosaic. Moving right along, let's go talk about the areas that are unfinished. Carry the plant around. I think I'm gonna turn the phone off. The reason why it's unfinished is because people keep calling me and begging me for more stuff and of my time and work and designing their gardens and all that. And they're always really nice people, and I always acquiesce and say yes, even though I really need to work on this. Here is my sales hut right here. Oh no, we have a customer. This is the problem. See, people come in, they want to buy plants. It takes time for me to tell them about the plants. And then I have no time to do the demo garden. Got to tell people to stop coming here for like 2 months. I'll get it done. I found this tin right here. I found it laying in a field across the street from my ranch. It's been out there for years. So it was the perfect material to get the Baja, Mexico, Central American tin roof look. I put together this whole sort of truss system here. And it's really beautiful. It's all redwood. And somebody gave us these little hooks up here. So I don't know where those came from, but we put them up. So we'll hang some things there eventually. I also found these things in our back container, and I don't know where, some customer must have dropped them off. We get random stuff here. My buddy Chet, hi Chet, thanks for all your hard work. who has a metal or a concrete, cast concrete business. I talked him into giving me a good deal. I think I traded him some palm trees actually on making this custom Baja red counter with custom holes right here. I had to put the poles in first. Imagine this, the poles in first. Then I had to lower that table with my crane right down. And then unfortunately, the guy who designed the landscape didn't get his dimensions right. And he put the Chilean wine palm too close to the building. Look at this. So there you go. Anyway, so yeah, the guy that designed the building was actually me. And so I had to make a custom notch here. But it all works, it's all good. Just hope that he doesn't get any fatter. No more eating for you. He's already pretty fat. You can tell how fat he is by looking how, I'm pretty fat. But if you look at me, I look skinny compared to this guy. He's a fatty. Anyway, so I found these, if anybody from Lafayette remembers Celia's restaurant, they closed. And I drove by and in the dump pile for what they were removing, I found these wonderful bright yellow chairs. And I was like, that's not a color I would ever use, but they look like cool chairs. So I brought them here and they sat in the container in the back for a long time. Then I put them up here and they're perfect. I love the color now. It's the same color as my Chilean wine palms. Look, the seeds. So it all works out. See, you have yellow all over the ground, Chilean wine palm seeds. And they are matching the color of the chairs. So everything always works out, you know, even when you think it won't. Anyway, so here's where you'll go. You'll come here and you'll be like, damn, there's nobody here. There's literally nobody here. Well, then you go over here and you go. Found that bell somewhere too. I find everything. You pretty much can find anything you want in your life that you need eventually on the side of the freeway. Remember that. So let's go back and look at the plan. Here's all these tables. I went to a concrete, not Chet's place, but different. This is the place where I met Chet up in Auburn. There was a concrete precast place, and I wanted to get some precast caps. They were going out of business, but they had already gone out of business. They already had left the site. And the guy that needed to clean up the site was selling all of this concrete precast material. And so I went over there chasing the big pillar caps, which I got a great deal on. And then I bought a few other things. And then the guy called me a few weeks later and he said, hey, you give me $250, you come over here and take as much as you want. I went over there with my 2 giant trucks and I picked up 2 truckfuls and 2 trailerfuls. I'm talking to myself again. Yeah, I'll be with you in a sec. See, you come down here, then I ignore you. I'm so bad. Anyway, I'll go talk to him since the video's over. So anyway, so I came back over there with 2 trucks, 2 trailers, and my crane, and I picked up everything. I fully loaded out. I got so much stuff. I got all these tables. I got this little fish planter over here that you see right there. I got that giant container over there, right there. And now Chet will actually make these for us. And then Chet's stuff is all over here. I need to make a video on Chet's really cool precast material product. And here come all the bikers. Yay! So this is the Bay Bike Trail, the Bay Loop, Bay Trail, and they come by here all day long. So once we have a brewery here, this place is gonna be hopping. But back to the plan. So you're gonna walk in, all this dirt's gonna be gone, still be here, but it'll be underneath a beautiful beach scene golden granite. And so now we are standing right here next to the kiosk. There's the Chilean wine palm. See, on the design, maybe the guy who installed it didn't install it in the right spot because there's actually a little gap there now that I look closely. But we're gonna have a pathway that leads back through the forest, back through here. It's gonna be a hidden makeout bench right here. This is where you go and make out. Whoever you wanna make out with, this is where you go right there. Because it's gonna be hidden by the Baja van here that was in the Live and Cheap in Baja exhibit in 2006 at the San Francisco Flower and Garden Show. Some people might remember that. I won the best in show. And there's the beautiful magic bus over there. You can go inside the van, hang out, have a beer, and then, when you meet the right person, you can walk back out on the trail, walk back around back here, and then that right there, I don't know if I told you or not, This is the makeout bench. So if you want to make out with somebody, this is where you, I think I already told you that. All right, so let's go take a tour through the garden here. I'll show you one thing that's kind of fun out front is I decided to plant one avocado tree to show everybody that yes, avocados do grow here. And here it is. It's a reed. Reed has the most beautiful foliage of any avocado, I think. And you see, it is showing why it's called avocado. Avocado is a derivation of aguacatl, which in Aztec means, let's see, what does it mean? Oh yeah, it means testicle. No, you can see why they thought that was an appropriate name. But you know, it's kind of nice to come out here and touch the fruit, fondle the fruit, just softly, ever so softly. It likes gentle caressing. And we have lots and lots of fruit this year. Look at this. So this right now it's there's a whole bunch in there. Anyway, it's right now it's when is it? November 17th. That fruit was born on the tree this April. It'll be ready in another 6 months. And then I can eat it. I'll share some with you if you come over here. And so anyway, this is the entrance to the demonstration garden here. And I'll tell you where we're going to go. This is going to be a whole Baja setup. It's going to look like Mexico. These giant cacti right here. And I did a garden show once. It was desert to jungle. And we went from Mediterranean. This is a Mediterranean plant, the Chilean wine palm, to desert. Actually, it was desert to Mediterranean. And then it went into tropical rainforest. So there's a Baja palm there from an island off Baja, Guadalupe palm. And then you're going to walk through here. I got to cut all this stuff out. It kind of went wild on me. And this is where you're going to go, back here, where the makeout bench will be, right in here, nice and private. We have a Pintia palm grove here, and this is where the trail will run around. There'll be all kinds of beautiful plants around the Baja van, including a lime tree, so I can come down here and make margaritas for you. Would it be a good thing if I made margaritas for you when you came down here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And your lovely little tiki bar.
That's right. I know. You just like walk in, you get a margarita.
Yep.
And then you probably end up buying more stuff than you want. Somebody, it might be counterproductive for the customer. Probably be good for me.
It'd be good for you. It'd be good for them. They'd be happy and relaxed.
Right. So I'm doing I have a YouTube channel. So I'm doing my, somebody wanted me to show the nursery. I never really have. So I'm going to do 2 more minutes. And then we're going to go look at plants together. How's that? Okay. So then, so the whole thing comes out. We've got 2 big, beautiful Phoenix dactylifera palms here. And as you can see, they lean away from each other in the classic style of paradise. And in between those, to complete the fantasy, there will be a hammock on a quick release system. That way, customers will think that they can't just drive into the nursery. They will see a dead end, and the dead end will be the hammock. But only we will know that there is a quick release system on the hammock, and we can take it down and load your plant with our tractor. There will be a pathway going around this way, and there'll be another one going this way. That way you do not disturb the person, which may be you, laying in the hammock. Over here, we will have Gary's secret, not so secret, hangout spot. And that's gonna be a beautiful table right here, and a couch system that acts as a retaining wall for the Sarah Winchester Mystery Palms palm trunks that are retaining the garden in the back. Those palm trunks back there. And what else can I show you? And then right here, we're gonna have the beach cruiser parking lot. And those are beach cruisers that we will be able to ride around and look at plants together. So that's how much fun this nursery is. And I would tell you more, but I've got people who wanna go look at plants.